Palantir is going crazy today. Price skyrockets around $112. Investors are hyped. And here's the thing, it's not just any investors. S&P 500 just dropped an unexpected move for Palantir. Literally, hundreds of millions in just a few seconds. This signals a massive move by Palantir. And $1,000 per share might come even sooner. What is happening? And why is this something you should know about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir is showing some serious strength today. The price just keeps climbing higher and higher. People are getting super hyped, and honestly, a lot of them are just asking, what the heck is going on? Well, here's the thing. Today, a lot of stuff happened that's pushing Palantir's price up. But the biggest reason? It looks like the S&P 500 just dropped a massive bomb. Apparently, they made a crazy big move and scooped up a ton of Palantir stock. And no, this isn't just some regular buying. This kind of accumulation usually signals something huge brewing. This could actually set Palantir up to one day hit $1,000 per share. Yeah, you heard that right. 1,000. Now you might be thinking, wait, is that even possible? How? Don't worry. We're going to break it all down in just a bit, so stick with me. First though, let's talk about what this move is doing to Palantir's price right now. One analyst pointed out something massive. Palantir just pushed through a supercritical level. Basically, there's this price point around 109 that's been a huge wall for the stock before. It's where major double tops usually form, which normally makes it really hard to break through. But today, Palantir smashed right past it. Now here's the important part. Next week, Palantir needs to stay above that level. If it dips back below, it could get a little shaky. But if it holds strong, and if the overall market plays nice, the only real resistance left is sitting around 120. And if Palantir can close a week above that level, plus get a positive crossover on the RSI again, it could light up another big rally. And even looking at the monthly chart, Palantir is already looking extremely strong. And here's where it gets even crazier. This isn't just some random pump. Palantir's price actually shot up to around $112 per share. That's insane. And because of this price rally, one analyst pointed out something absolutely wild. Palantir just climbed all the way up to become the 40th largest company in the world by market cap. Yeah, you heard that right. It's now even bigger than Samsung. This is massive for Palantir and its future. When a company breaks into the top ranks like this, it grabs the attention of even more big investors, the ones that usually only stick to giant names like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. And now, Palantir is starting to sit at that same table. This kind of move changes everything. It's not just about the price today. It's about how much more serious the market is starting to take Palantir. More institutional money, more long-term holders, more momentum. And when that happens, it builds this crazy snowball effect that can keep pushing the price way higher than people even realize right now. This could honestly just be the beginning of something massive for Palantir. And here's something even crazier. Another analyst also dropped another bombshell. He explained that Palantir has now officially surpassed Salesforce in market cap. Salesforce isn't just some random company. It's one of the biggest names in the tech world, known for dominating the business software space for years. Beating a giant like that? It shows just how fast Palantir is leveling up. It's not just about the size either. It's about reputation. When Palantir passes a heavyweight like Salesforce, it forces the whole market to pay attention. Investors, funds, big institutions, they can't just ignore Palantir anymore. And the crazier part? This kind of momentum usually brings even more attention, more buying pressure, and way more confidence from the market. Speaking of confidence, there was one massive move today that really lit a fire under Palantir's momentum. The big news is that Vanguard's S&P 500 Growth ETF just made a monster buy of Palantir. It added roughly 250,000 more shares, bringing its total to about 1.25 million Palantir shares, worth on the order of $140 million. Remember, this is an index fund that tracks the S&P 500 Growth Index. It holds the same big-cap growth names in roughly the same proportions as the index. So when this fund suddenly ramps up Palantir by about a quarter, it's a very strong signal. Why is this such a huge deal? Big index funds don't just gamble on stocks. These managers are smart money. They've got entire analyst teams and piles of data. They tend to pile into names only when they really believe in the company's long-term story. In other words, if a growth fund is loading up on Palantir, its managers clearly see serious long-term upside, not a quick trade. They're basically betting that Palantir will keep growing and delivering. So this isn't some random hype move. It means pros who do deep research are signing off on Palantir's future. That kind of big league buying trickles down to everyone else. When a giant fund makes a major bet like this, it inspires confidence in other investors, both retail traders and other institutions. After all, these are the players with the largest war chests, and markets treat their moves as a green light. As Investopedia notes, once institutional investors build a big position, they'll work to drive the stock's value up. In plain English, that means if you hop in near the beginning of a big fund's buying spree, you stand to make a lot of money. So when the growth ETF just went heavy on Palantir, it's basically saying, this bull run has legs, which gets everyone else bullish too. And this ties in with the really bullish price targets you hear about. One analyst straight up said that within 10 years, Palantir is going to hit $1,000 a share. Not might, not maybe. He said it's going to happen. And honestly, when you look at what's happening, it's not as crazy as it sounds. Because, for example, Wedbush analyst Dan Ives has suggested Palantir could eventually be worth $1 trillion. That's eye-popping. But let's put it in context. At today's share count, hitting $1 trillion in market cap means roughly $1,000 per share in the next decade. Now, $1,000 share prices don't come out of nowhere. Massive investors help make that happen by buying in and holding. Funds like the Vanguard Growth ETF are exactly that kind of engine. When big funds start stacking shares early, they can actually push the stock toward those lofty targets. And honestly, even if you just look at how Palantir is moving right now, you can definitely tell it's sitting in a rock-solid spot in the whole AI space. It's not just hype anymore. Palantir is actually delivering real results that are changing lives, building trust, and setting itself up for a future that looks brighter than ever. And just to prove it's not just talk, look at what one of Palantir's partners just shared. Tampa General Hospital, one of the biggest and most respected hospitals, is working closely with Palantir. Their CEO, John Curris, recently explained how Palantir literally helped change the DNA of their organization. He said, "We are thinking differently, we're behaving differently, we're producing different and better results." And he didn't stop there. He said they're building a whole new operating system for healthcare, not just for their own hospital, not just for their state, but to actually become a model for the entire country. That's insane when you think about it. Hospitals are trusting Palantir's tech not just to make things a little better. They're using it to save lives, rethink entire systems, and create something that's never been done before. And when you connect this back to where Palantir is right now, it shows you why so many people and big funds like the S&P 500 are piling into this company. Because Palantir isn't just promising the future. They're building it right now, piece by piece, in real-world ways that are too big to ignore. Whether it's hospitals, governments, the military, or giant corporations, Palantir is weaving itself deeper and deeper into the backbone of how critical systems run. And when a company does that, that's how you get real unstoppable growth. And that's exactly why people are starting to talk about Palantir hitting $1,000 a share like it's not even a crazy idea anymore. It's already happening, right in front of our eyes. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.